In this video, we're going to see how you can use the Moodle backup to transfer your class from the old Moodle, that is the one that we've been working on in fall 2020, to the new upgraded version of Moodle, uh, the version that we will be using next semester, spring 2021. So first of all, I'm here at my Moodle page in the old Moodle, and the first step that you want to do is to back up your course. You will be able to access your course from the left menu over here or from the courses overview on your dashboard, but I'm going to actually back up a course that will be offered in spring 2021, and I'm going to choose History 371. And I will then just select the fall 2020 version of that course. And that's this one here. And the first step that I need to do with this course is back up the course. So I go to the settings cogwheel in the top right. Normally, whenever you have anything to do with the course, that's where you access the choices. And scroll down in the menu to select backup. When you get to the backup screen, the first thing you want to do is ensure that you unselect or deselect include enrolled users, because we only want to copy the content, not the users over to the next semester. Notice also that when I deselect that, several other choices are deselected, and those should not be transferred as well if you're not taking users over. At this stage, you could jump straight to the final step, but I'm going to walk you through the other windows just to show you some additional options that you might want to explore, particularly if you only want to transfer some of the content. So I'll click Next. On the next screen, this gives you the option to select or deselect content that you wished transferred to your backup file. And you see over in the left here that all of the content is selected. Note that if you want to deselect anything, you just click the selection box and the arrow will disappear. Note also that if you deselect a module, all of that content in that module will not be included. Finally, note also that you can just deselect everything and then select one or two items that you want to include um, in your backup by individually selecting them. Or if you made a mistake, you can just easily just reselect everything by clicking the All button there. Good, so I want to take everything over, so I'm just going to leave it as all selected, and I'm just going to scroll through to ensure that everything is selected in my course. And once that is done, I'll just go to next. Note that you always can go back and check previous screens if you need to, you think you made a mistake. So I click next. And in this screen, you're able to edit the name of your course. I normally just leave it as is. If you do change the name of your backup course, the most important thing to remember is you keep the course extension .mbz as is. Don't delete that. Make sure that it is a .mbz at the end. But I just normally leave it as it is because it already contains the course code in that backup file. And just scroll down. This just gives you an opportunity to review to make sure that all of the content is there. And at the bottom, then I'm going to go ahead and click Perform Backup. And you'll note you'll get a dialog window saying that your backup is being performed. When that blue bar comes all the way over, you should get a button saying Continue. There it is. You get the green dialog saying that the backup file was successfully created. I click Continue, and I'm taken to the Restore File screen that shows me where my backup file is stored. And I can see it right here. This is today's date. There's my backup file with the name. And I don't want to go directly to restore because this will restore it right in the same old Moodle site. I actually want to download that file so I can have a copy of it on my desktop to restore in the new Moodle version. So I click download. I am going to put it right on my desktop, sure. So I'll click save, and it goes ahead and saves that backup file directly to my desktop. These files tend to be fairly large, so it may take a minute or so to download. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into the new Moodle site. So you can access the new Moodle site just by navigating to ubmoodle.ub.edu.bs, just as it is appearing here in my address box. This link will also be put onto the UB home site. So until it is, you can just access it using this URL, but it will be on the UB home site. Good. So then I just hit enter, and I'll be taken to the new Moodle page. I'm already signed in. You could just sign in as you would normally, and I'm taken to my dashboard. Notice that it looks somewhat similar to the old Moodle, except that it has a white background instead of a navy blue. This is done intentionally so that people don't confuse the two sites and work on one when they should be working on the other. So you want to go ahead and restore a course. All of the course shells for Spring 2021 have already been set up. So I can go in and search for the course that I want to restore. And so I'm going to look for History 371, and I will see that there it is in Spring 2021. So I'm going to just select that course, and you'll see that this is the UB template. And we don't want that UB template. We actually want to restore the backup that we just made. And so I'm going to go again straight to the uh, settings cogwheel in the top right. But this time, instead of selecting backup, I'm going to select restore. And now in the restore window, it's going to ask me whether I want to use an existing course backup. Well, I don't want one from this site. I want to import a backup file. That is the one that I just created. So I'm going to click choose a file. You could also just drag into this backup box here. I'll just choose a file. And I'm going to select that file from my desktop over here. And I think this is the one that was just created. Yeah, and so I'm going to open that and upload that file. Again, the upload will probably take a minute or so because these files are a little larger. Once my file is uploaded, I'll be taken back to the import backup file window, and you can see that my link is appearing there. Now note, I could have also just dragged my file from my desktop on into that area there, but since mine is already there, I'm not going to worry about it. It would be the exact same process, but when you drag the file over. So now I'm just going to click restore and go through the restore process. The first restore window asks me to confirm the details that I want to be restored, and this looks correct. So all of this is good. I can keep scrolling through and then just click continue, and it will then ask me to decide the destination for my restore. Note you can follow the steps up here in this breadcrumb trail. I'm on now the destination step. I don't want to create a new course. In fact, I want to restore into this course that I'm working on because I'm working on the Spring 2020 version of History 371. So that's where I want to restore it. And I don't want to merge the backup because if I do that, then all of that information from the UB template will be retained. I actually want to delete those contents and restore just the backup content that I created from the fall 2020 version. Now, note you have to be very careful with this step because if you do this while the course is going on and you select delete the contents of the course, You could delete any work that you've already done in the course. So you make sure you understand this particular step and choose the appropriate one carefully. In this case, I want to delete, so I'm just going to go ahead and click continue. Now, this screen just wants you to confirm the settings. All of these default settings should be fine, so I'm just going to click next. This next step is one that you should pay attention to. First of all, you do not want to overwrite the course configuration, so leave that selected as no. Second, however, you do want to keep your current roles and enrollment because the students and yourself as a professor will have already been added to your course. I'm going to change both of these to yes. These should be grayed out because we selected no for override course configuration. Next, if there's anything in the restore file that you do not want to bring over, you can just deselect it at this point. However, we want to bring all of the content over, so I'm just going to leave all of those things selected and go ahead to the next screen, which will just ask me to confirm all of my confirm all of the details that I've entered. So I just go through and yeah, everything's going to be brought through. So we should be good to go. And as I scroll down to the bottom, everything looks great. So I'm just going to click Perform Restore, and it should take me to the dialog window where I'll be restoring my course. And it's almost done. And again, you'll see when the course is successfully restored, you'll get the dialog box in green that it was restored successfully, and then you can click Continue to go to the course that you've just restored. And now you can see that all of the content has been brought over into this new course, and it is good to go. Note also that you will want to check to make sure that your course participants are there. And I can see, yes, indeed, that faculty member's name is still there in the course. So I go back to the course, and that's it. Um, so just to review the steps, first, restore from the old Moodle. Second, do not, in the restore, do not include users. Second, restore in the new Moodle and ensure to change the roles and the groupings, ensure to retain those in the current version. Those are the steps. Hope this helped. Have a great day.